All right, if we're live. I'm just going to do a very, very brief recap of last time. It was a while ago. Um, but basically the kind of gist of it was is you guys had traveled to the estate, if you recall, to find another party on the estate. You were originally tasked to do this, but though you choose to go a different direction to look at Evan's thing, with his village. Upon arriving at the estate, you find that there was, say, this other party who was basically doing the quest, and you had essentially kind of forfeited,
Mm-hmm.
in their words, your sort of claimed to do it. You were then, when you sort of explained the issue to the guards, you were let in to spend the night and then make your way, and you chose to do your investigations, interact with this other party, some of whom were semi-hostile, other ones seemed to be a bit more accommodating. They had you made your own investigation, reached your own conclusions. However, the party who was there had basically determined that they thought it was a basilisk which had been doing this and was responsible for these issues with this sort of quote unquote petrification effects. Um, so that was the session before last. Last session, you guys basically, I think the following day, I can't remember exactly when it was, but you basically this other party was going out to investigate the basilisks. One of the druid in the party, had basically ascertained that he'd spoken to the wildlife and been being pinpointed location of a basilisk. So you guys decided to sort of tag along with this to find yourselves, which they seemed happy enough to do, albeit they were of the position that they would be taking credit. Um, and essentially, where last session ended was, you guys made your way through this cave, upon which you located the basilisk and these other two sort of plant-based monster vine-like creatures. Upon Basically where we're starting off is there was a combat where these sort of two large plant creatures were destroyed. The basilisk escaped into a hole, which was uh, over here, and essentially you have whatever hit points you have. Um, the other party took a good bit of damage, so they are pretty hurt. Um, my first roll I'm going to make before I ask for the D100 rolls is, let me just check your man here. Um, yeah, okay, that's bad. So as we begin the session, the basilisk disappears into the hole. Galandan, who was hit by the sort of had looked into the basilisk's eyes, had started to sort of solidify up, and in the combat has ended, and in the preceding next 6 seconds, he turns to stone. So that's always a good start to the session. So he is now turned to stone. Um, so he's a statue. Um, Everybody can make your D100 rolls now. I just wanted to get that out of the way to see if anybody else just happens to die. All the 666s, all the doubles.
Oh, sorry.
All right, no one died. So,
The
so
session can continue.
So this other party are sort of like recoiling, like from their sort of injuries, looking around, and sort of Galandan sort of freezing up, sort of starts to cough slightly, like almost like coughing dust, and he basically becomes more and more rigid in his movements until he's basically frozen in place. So he is dust. So, um, that happens, and as that happens, this other party who are sort of say, uh, God, where even were all their names? Prixon and Knessos and is it on the sheet? And Pharrell Williams were all uh, they kind of started to make their way over and started like look at him. And Knessos says, "Well, this could have went better." And Prixon sort of scowls at him, and Pharrell just is just like looking at him over. What do you guys do? This is where we start off. This thing is say scampered into a hole. You guys note that there's a few other holes around, sort of the bases of the sort of walls in this like chamber, I suppose you could call it.
You guys want to maybe take him back to a healer or something? I don't know. What do you do with about a basilisk? What do you do about that? They asked the druid, but
Yeah, so the druid is actually alive.
I thought the druid was the guy.
Incorrect.
I
Incorrect.
saw the timepiece on.
Oh no. He is not a druid though.
Oh,
Did you like
I thought he
try to like how woke of you assume because he's a furbolg that he is the druid? How dare you assume? No, the druid is Prixon. So he may have said stuff before about it, but it was Prixon who is the druid. Galandan was the wizard. So Prixon says, he says, well, he doesn't say anything actually. They're looking over him. And basically, they're kind of reaching the conclusion that this may not be the source. This is not similar to what was seen before in terms of the petrification. And in terms of petrification in front of you and what is being seen by the other figures in the estate, seems to be slightly different. And they're sort of discussing that amongst themselves.
Since I'm right beside them, am I just listening in?
I mean, you can hear all this. I mean, if I'm explaining, yeah, so you're all there, so, and it's not in hushed tone, so they're just openly discussing it. But they're essentially also discussing that there was a connection with this basilisk on the estate, because it was sighted here, so there's something wider going on, is what they're discussing amongst themselves.
What we were trying to tell you is that it was very different than Basilisk. What happened back at the estate?
What did you say?
Sorry. That's what we were trying to tell them. It seems very different than Basilisk. What happened back at the estate?
Are you saying that to them, or are you just talking amongst yourselves?
To them.
Well, okay. Prixon at this point turns around and he says, well, do you think that's very helpful in this moment to make that observation?
Well, no, but...
Say yes, say yes, say yes.
Yes.
Now answer me.
He just scowls at you. And he then says, I need to be reminded that this is our job. it's up to you what way you wish to proceed further. We will get the reward out of dealing with this.
Reward for hunting this basilisk?
So, at this point, Pharrell, the Red Dragonborn, speaks up and says, I don't understand what your issue is here, but we've already, as we were just talking about, that there's a connection between this and what the estate say. We were advised by the wildlife in the area that this creature was sighted there. So I don't know what you hope to achieve with the antagonistic point of view here, but as I say, this is our job. So, we can just continue just to ignore you. It's no harm to us.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's just very stressed. I really like this one.
Well, he was our friend.
We are friend too. Like after the fact.
You didn't even
post-date
know
them.
him. Brexton says you didn't even know him.
Look, at the end of the day, have any of you ever dealt with petrification before?
No.
Right. So what you should really do is get him out of here, and we'll go and chase after the basilisk. All good? Because he's getting very crusty. Like
Yeah.
crinkle.
So, I think you need to make a check for that. Like, are you trying to persuade them to leave, or?
Oh, I'm just suggesting. I am genuinely, sincerely suggesting.
Okay,
that,
so
like, their friend is. So we all know that
Okay.
he's turning to stone, right?
no, he is stone now. He is stone.
All right. So we can all see that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's clear as day.
And he's
a
their
fucking stone, yeah.
friend, so it ultimately makes more sense for them to try and depetrify or unpetrify him. We don't doesn't affect us morally or emotionally or experientially.
Yeah. So, what they say is that
The power and the glory.
the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Knessos says, like they are kind of what they're saying does seem to be, we should really get him out of here. And Prixon and sort of starts to speak to Pharrell and says, yeah, he's not going to go anywhere. They just want us out of here so they can take the glory for the job. That's all they want this gone for. And Pharrell is kind of, stuck in the middle of this and is going to have to make a check. Let me see here. I'm going to just check some things quickly. And then... Yeah, okay. So basically, Brixton they're trying to persuade Pharrell, and Pharrell says, no, Knessos is right. We should get him out of here. There's plenty more jobs and there's plenty more opportunities to make money. And says, and she says to the rest to you all, she says, yeah, it says we'll get him out of here, but this doesn't necessarily change anything in terms of the job. It's not our call. And Prixon looks to be particularly unhappy about all this. And let me see if he's going to do what I... No, okay. So he sort of begrudgingly accepts it, and they're just going to start basically working to try and move him out.
How fragile would you say he is?
I snap him in half. Very fragile.
He's like a marble statue.
Okay, so fairly sturdy.
Yeah,
Not dusty.
it's not like you touch him and he just collapses into like slate in the ground.
He's like a heavy sneeze.
He just crumbles in the dust. No, it's not. He's not that. No. What would be the point of petrification then? It's just like the petrification instantly dust. Yeah. So no, they're like working their way out, and you can see like Brixton is like sort of doing like their wild shape to like try and get something to essentially sort of like an ox equivalent, try to get him moving, etc., tied on. So that's all happening.
Rumble. What do you say we give him the old hee-ho and help him get that loaded out of here?
Well, yeah, that's all right.
We both have powerful build, I believe.
Yeah, so I get my rope, and I'm basically, my plan is to like tie it so he becomes like, one of those Egyptian things that you carry over your shoulder, one in the front, one in the back. I mean, Egyptian's probably completely irrelevant to
You
everything.
mean a litter
Whatever you say.
that they used to carry
no.
like the kings and pharaohs on?
Sure. Or, oh, that's insensitive. I'll write it in chat.
I don't even know what you're even referring to.
Have you noticed? It's like, okay, a bed stretcher.
Yeah.
That. So basically, I'm using the rope to create handles that we can hold,
Oh, right. Okay.
and then it can go like over one shoulder, like the shoulders, the front and the back, and then you can like tie it to the back or whatever.
I mean, they're basically handling this like themselves.
Not anymore.
Okay, so what are you wanting to do here?
Turn
Are
them into a
you taking them
sarcophagus and
back to the
carry 'em out?
estate? Are you taking them to?
Where are we? We're gonna take him back to town and bring him back to life.
You're taking them to Zidjand?
I don't think we need to take him that far. Get him out of the cave. Yeah.
We'll take like just like make him. Make
It
him
just if
stand.
you're gonna just for simplicity's sake, you can do it. You can drop them off, but they're just going to do the exact same thing when they get out of the cave. So if that's what you wish to do, if you insist in doing it, they will let you. So you can go out of the cave and leave them there, and then they will organize to. Oh right, okay. Yeah, they can organize then to transport them further if that's what you mean to do. I mean, you've been at the estate. There's like no one to cure him there.
Yeah, they'd have to take him.
So is that what you're wanting to do? Because you can do that, no bother.
My primary basilisk toward the beginning of the game. Eat the petrified. So get him away from the back.
Okay. Yep. So you can do that. Assuming that's what you're doing. What are you wanting to now do? So they're gone. If I can just get them out of here. So, what are you just wanting to do stuff in this cave, or?
I'm gonna go.
mean, are we just going to drop him outside?
I
Come out of the
presume
cave
that.
and then back in.
I mean, again, the other party are taking care of it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I assume that we would drop him off outside, come back in, try and resume the investigation. There's other things.
Well, I'm happy to keep hunting for the basilisk.
it's up to you. I'm not saying anything. I'm done with this. I'm not leaking anything anymore. Just fucking make up your mind.
Well, we didn't have a job really anymore. We didn't have any leads, so we followed them on this basilisk hunt that we kind of knew was not correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically using yes and kind of made on deducing that it wasn't correct, but they did say that the basilisk was sighted in the town. So yeah.
And so now we're basically just, is it worth trying to deal with this basilisk? Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk? We've seen what it can do. I think we've all felt it. You look towards it and it's like gambling away your life. Because how do you fight it without looking at it?
So just to remind about the basilisk situation, it was near death when it escaped. It basically has ran away. It seemed the assumption you can make it was for self-preservation.
This was more about leaving the job half. If you think it's not worth finishing, then we can.
It might be worth finishing. It's a matter of, is it worth the risk? We don't have a way to chase it. I can't think of one anyway. Do you have a way to chase it?
Can I take a look at the hole the basilisk has gone into and see what
Yeah.
sort of size it is? Would it be possible to follow it?
Yeah, so the hole it's a small hole, so you could squeeze through it. It seems to be like a tunnel. And it seems to be going it's kind of like how to describe it? Like it's like wide and sort of flat, but it's like enough that you could maneuver down. Nothing that the average caver wouldn't do. Albeit I do keep seeing those memes about cavers will squeeze into like devil's ass crack and it's just like through mud and everything. Like you know what I mean? So like it seems doable, but
Yeah, we could
you
follow
could
it down
you
the
could
hole.
go down it if you wished, is basically what I'm gonna say.
We could follow it down the hole. I don't know any other way to try to track it down. If anybody else has any other ideas.
I'm just ready for something to happen. So if we're not taking Stony McStoneface out into the wilderness, I'm ready to dive face first into the basilisk hole with reckless abandon.
Always diving feet.
Yep.
Are we in agreement?
Unless we try to smoke it out.
Would we have a handy way to light a fire in here?
There's plenty of flammable things. There's a lot of vines, etc. around, and I'm sure you have a lot of things which could be set on fire on your persons. So,
Presumably, someone has a torch
yeah, and that
already
as well.
lit.
I'm holding one.
Okay, that probably might be smarter than crawling headfirst into a basilisk hole.
Oh, we saw how.
I mean, if you want to look more at the hole, you can make an investigation check. I was just said brief.
Okay.
we saw how well that spider thing didn't.
7 for investigation.
Yeah, okay. So like this whole all I could really tell you about it is that this isn't like something which is like looks like it's being like it's like basically it's a stone hole, so it isn't dirt or anything, so you probably assume that it isn't gonna collapse on you. And because it's stone, a basilisk probably wouldn't have, carved this.
Mhm.
That's all you know. If
Uh,
you put like the torch into it, you can.
Mm-hmm.
What you can see is it just goes into the darkness.
Yeah, if we had the torchlight in there, we could see if that light is visible from somewhere else here in the cave.
Is that something you want to try?
Suggesting it.
Okay. I will continue drinking.
yeah, we'll try that.
So I'll pass
Okay.
We'll have-
a torch.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah, so there's
Oh.
a few.
I'll take it a wee bit in, but I won't go very far into the hole, just outstretch as much as I can.
Yeah. Okay, so like if you go around there, like you don't like as in Bronk, you don't see any like light. There's like you don't actually see any holes around that part. The holes are all more in this sort of area where you are all doing the fighting in, and in basically, I think I would say if you look at the other holes, Evan or anybody else who's looking, you don't see any like light spill. You don't know if that's because of how it's of just the tunnels go somewhere else, or they're just maybe they are connected, but the light just doesn't travel. So you just don't know. It's obvious that it's when you put the torch there. There's no other light source.
Does it look like? Can I see any sort of turns up ahead, or does it look like it goes straight?
It looks like it's basically going down and like in a like a sort of it's basically just going down in a slope.
Right.
But it's not like a sheer drop, it's just like kind of gradually going down.
Bear with me, guys. I'm going to take a little further look in. I'm going to sort of slowly crawl.
If I
deeper
hold
in.
his legs, does that do
Oh.
anything?
If you get the rope tied to my ankles,
Sure. All right, I untie Gobblegeen and put the rope
Yeah.
around.
He's not there. They're gone. Like you're just doing this in the game.
Tie the rope around Evans. Both ankles?
yeah. Just in
Yeah, lower
case
your
I suddenly go
mobility.
slack, and then you can
All right.
pull me out.
I just saw that dust. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can go in. Yeah. So, are you just heading forward, just following this thing?
Yeah, just forward just to see, if there's any changes to the layout or if it opens out to a bigger cave link a little bit further on. I'm not going to go super far in. Like I want to keep the
How many feet?
entrance visible.
That's
I'll say
you,
10
have
to
a light.
15 at first. I've got the torch.
Okay, so like the thing about the tunnel is that like it's like putting the torch into it. Don't know. You
Am I
could do
smoking
it.
myself out here?
Yeah. So it's kind of like Evan dies of carbon monoxide poisoning. It's
There
just
it is.
like I mean, you can do it if you just hold it in front of you enough. I mean, I don't think it's that smoky. So yeah, I mean, you can do it. So if you go in, like, if you have a torch, I mean, it can go what, like 40 feet. So, I would say after you go about 10 to 15 feet, the problem is you can't really turn, so you're gonna have to like be pulled out.
Mm,
But if you go 10 to 15 feet, you can see probably about as much as it goes if you extend the torch out your hand, about 45 feet, maybe 50 feet. Just you can seem to get a slight indication of that there is some sort of opening at the other end.
right.
Any sort of light?
This is so basically this isn't going like so it isn't like the straight. This is going like down, like it's like gradually going down. So it appears you don't see it. To you, Evan, it appears to be probably something underneath what's there.
Right. Yeah, it looks like there's an opening on further down. I'm gonna take a closer look. I'm gonna crawl forward. Am I crawling or can I?
Oh no, you can't stand this. You just have to keep crawling down.
Okay.
If you crawl basically about about 50 feet, you're sort of on the edge and you're looking down. There's like a short drop. Probably about like 5, 6, 7, 8 feet to the ground, and then it appears to be like some sort of opening, so like some place you can stand, like a cave.
Right. There's a cavern down here. Actually, I'll start crawling my way back up. I'll do 2 tugs on the rope so Grumble can help me back.
How many 2 tugs?
Tug, tug.
You didn't actually, player, you didn't actually agree to what 2 tugs meant, so therefore Grumble doesn't know.
It's like my mom always used to say.
No.
1 tug to go in, 2 tugs to pull out.
Oh no. You piece of shit. Yeah.
1 tug for you, 2 tugs for me. Cool.
3 tugs is how I grumble.
Yeah. Right. So you're able to
Anyway,
pull him out.
I feel tugging and I'm like, oh, something must be up. Pull.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I want some out. There's a cavern down there. It's we'd be able to make our way down in. We'd probably be able to get our way back out as well. Could be worth checking out if you guys want to risk it.
Okay. Oh.
So can I squeeze through there in my armor?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
Okay.
You can all fit down it. I would say no issue. My only question is there anything you want to do before you go down?
Save point.
No, as in like because we just. I'm only saying this because obviously the end of last session we came out of combat. So, like, is there short rests or anything? Like, is there, it's just as a reminder. I wouldn't normally do it, but I recall specifically one very long campaign watching back where it was like we went in the cave after a fight and everybody died like some easy monster and the whole party wiped. So, just saying. I can't remember. It was the big long campaign. It might even just be skeletons, you know.
I mean, we could short rest, but
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna port.
is it safe to? So I mean, we could try. We could always try. The worst thing that happens is someone comes back up.
But you don't have to
and
do it here
attacks
either.
us. Well, we could do it outside the cave, I suppose.
Well, you can consider it because I'm just going to pour another drink. So, consider it if you want to do it, and if you're going to do it, just agree it and do it, and then make any changes you need to make for spells if you do that or whatever. That'll be like 2 minutes.
Okay. We should be fine here. We could probably keep watch. I suppose there are all those other holes.
Short rest.
Probably do with a break.
Ooh, yep. I actually don't think I get anything other than. Actually, I don't know if I get anything from short rest.
Roll a hit die.
Yes.
I did not mean to roll 2.
8 is the first one.
Thankfully.
Must have been. I rolled an 11 plus 3.
No, but our level. The full healing.
I was only missing 6 hit points as well. We don't. It's long rest to recover a rage, isn't it?
You'll have to read.
Yeah, long rest. We should probably as well tie the rope around a stalagmite so we have a way to climb back up, just in case.
All right, these all done. Did you
Yep.
just rest? Did you do it or not do it or
Yeah, rested.
rested? Okay. So, are you wanting to all go down the hole then?
Gonna tie the rope around a stalagmite or a rock nearby, something sturdy, and bring that down the little passageway with us so we have a way
A
back
way to
out.
climb out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's a good idea. Okay, you can do that. So you are all able to go down this thing. It's actually not that long, as I've already kind of described. But basically, you find yourself sort of dropping down into the. I presume somebody still has a torch or cast light. And when you drop down in, you can sort of go and maneuver yourselves and climb down, without taking fall damage or anything like that. And you're sort of standing in this sort of dark passageway. It is a cave. It's not dissimilar to the areas up here, albeit there's no vines on it. And if you turn around and look one other way, so when you basically come down, if you look to the right, it's like a dead end. So there's nothing there, just like a load of like rubble and rocks. So it only goes one direction. So what do you want to follow that? I presume you do, but yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you follow that, eventually, up ahead, you see that it starts to open out, and has any? Let me see. Actually, work this out. As you are probably about like at the extent of where like your light from carrying the torch, you can see up ahead that there's like it looks to be like a sheet, like a cliff edge. And as you start to come slightly closer, you see that there's a giant pit. And over this pit is a rope bridge. Now, it's time to move you all. I don't know what all your wee icons are, but
That was black.
No.
Never worn off.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
prob-
bless and I was concentrating, so
yeah, that's all right.
that's the other icon of mine.
All right. Well, I'll just untick them. Yeah, I know. But guys, we got 4 grand, so that's all that matters.
It isn't. It didn't know.
It's actually real shit. I put it on a map. It's not really that good. So I'll show you it at some point. But yeah. So hopefully you can all see yourselves. You should be at the top, well, top left-ish. If you scroll down a bit.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what you see. You see what you see. There is a giant crevasse, and there's this.
Oh, there I am.
So you see what you see.
Why are we twice as big as the ladder? There's the bridge.
Well, obviously you're not. Well, obviously you're not
Oh.
5 feet by 5 feet. So
I am a giant.
the rope, as you go and make fun of the rope bridge, it collapses and you fall into the
Yeah,
crevasse. You take
obviously.
1 million damage. So,
Yep.
I mean, if you go up and you stand there and you at the edge and you look down, it is literally in the darkness. Going down, not great. The only thing thing you can really notice is that there's a lot of sort of like loose rubble on the ground. Otherwise, just seems to be like pretty much like a normal cave. The only other exception is that you see that there are sort of like streaks of like blood, which are sort of running just on the stone, and it seems to be on the bridge as well. Yeah.
I don't think the basilisk. Go.
The basilisk who makes the bridges, basilisk.
Do you need opposing thumbs to build a bridge?
Probably not.
Then yeah, why not? Basilisk is very old. Bridge is not very complicated.
Well,
This basilisk has been evolving over thousands of years to build this bridge.
if you got
That was its specific adaptation that it it developed through the process of evolution.
Beavers-
Bridge building.
Beavers build dams.
It's
Build a
like
bridge.
it's
This
a
is
it's a
literally the
fantasy
height.
universe. Anything
This
goes.
is the height of basilisk technology. Like we're witnessing the peak of creation.
You know me, and my love for bridges and buildings and bridges. This is just the stepping stone in this universe. A life form is going to develop which can build bridges, which are non-humanoid.
Gonna build.
You do not see out home on this bridge, so it hasn't got there yet. Right. So you see what you see.
So you said the bloodstains across the bridge would imply that it's very.
Yeah, I mean there's streaks of blood across it. I mean it's not completely covered in blood, like, but it's.
I'd like.
I mean you can see that it's attached on both sides. The ropes don't look to be particularly old. The wood doesn't seem to be particularly no bother. Doesn't seem to be particularly old either. I mean it's not absolutely decrepit, this bridge.
And the blood, does that look?
Oh yeah, it looks fresh. Yeah. It's bright red blood.
Or the basilisk, it could probably support us.
I can dodge a ball. I can dodge a wrench.
I wouldn't try more than 1 or 2 at a time on this.
And let me just check some. I mean, a basilisk is a medium-sized creature as well, so.
Right. We're large. We are very.
Yeah, okay. So if you're wanting to cross, then please proceed.
2 by 2.
1 by 1, maybe it could be.
Yeah, I guess. Rumble, do you want to cross first? Take it to
Grumble's going to do this much damage to this thing as possible, I feel.
This is like this is. We all die here. We're all big. We all die.
It's gonna be Grumble
Yeah.
character arc.
Whoa. I mean, well, why don't you go first? No, I'm impervious to fear. So
To be clear, this rope bridge, it does have like ropes on the side. It isn't just like a bridge with it, like no supports on it. Okay, to be clear.
Yep. All right, I take 1 step onto the bridge over
You
the
take
chasm.
1 step. Okay, you take the first step. Like the board just like snaps underneath your feet. You're like, ugh! Like instantly. Not even
You just
joking.
see like it starts to wobble. And I'm like, oh. Right, I'm sizing up the impact of myself. What's happened?
Let's say the board's basically snapped and falls below you. So there's like
Oh,
a
that
small
actually
gap.
happened. Okay.
Oh, it actually happened. Yeah.
Right. Ooh. Otherwise, did it feel quite sturdy?
Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
Maybe that was just a bad plank. Who knows?
I'll take another step forward.
You can do so.
Is all well?
Seeing that first board break, I'm gonna ruffle through my pack and find some. Toss one end, Rumble, and say, just maybe tie that around.
I'm not letting go of the rope on either side. Like
He-
my
he's
hands
already-
are.
He's already at that point. You have to make your check to throw it now. The rope. Throw the rope.
So we're like he accidentally like catch it on another plank and it just goes.
Well, I'm just throwing like one end of the rope. But yeah, what?
Yeah.
30.
Just make it. It's just a dex check. Yeah.
All right. Let's see how that goes. 9.
I would say it just falls short. Do you try to grab it?
Is it
Grumble?
my choice to like turn around?
Yeah, it is your choice to turn around. Yeah, do you try and grab it?
Oh no. I
I'm
don't
just
want.
looking forward to the point where the whole thing is going like whoosh forwards with you on it.
It's like one of those things where they do the balancing log on the water.
Yeah. This is just all Takeshi's castle now.
Yeah. So
There's gonna be a boss at the end. This is gonna be Takeshi. He's gonna come out in the wee go kart.
Right to our phone.
The wee guns, you have to shoot him.
okay, I take another step forward. I like you.
You take a step off the edge by the looks of it.
I'm in the storm's middle. You know it.
Yeah. It's just like
Align your
You
grip.
can't do. You can't do house.
If you hold Alt, I believe.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
I'm only winding you up. I know you don't
I don't
deliberately.
want to die. I don't want to die.
You're in the middle of the bridge right now.
Right. How does it feel? Any difference?
I mean, you're taking it slowly.
I know.
Seems okay. Maybe the first step was just overconfidence. Seems to be going okay so far.
Another step.
20s time and seeing if you fall.
No.
Another step.
I did actually roll there. It was a natural one. So. Yep. You're okay.
Nice. No, at this point, if it falls, I can get to the other side.
You're okay. Keep going. If you wish.
Oh, great. Yeah. Look, it's very easy.
Yeah, you're on the other side.
Although I have
So you-
realized it's very dark and I don't have night vision.
Indeed. You do not.
This is where I reveal my one fear is actually the dark. And I just run back over the bridge and I'm like, oh.
Every plank breaks on the way back.
Yeah, I just go,
It's more like the first step you take, the bridge just basically goes burp, and it just flies off into the. Yeah.
Evan, you want to hold on to this rope? Maybe you and Mal can brace me as a cross.
Yeah. Take this torch as well.
Oh, I got one over.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
So I'm gonna hold on to the rope.
gonna tie the rope around, let's say, my waist.
Uh-huh.
Too much of it.
I basically can't see anything. I don't know if it's that I can't quite pinpoint my scrolling or that
How do you do the thing where you center someone?
Right click, focus.
There you go.
Okay, that's better. Thank you.
Yeah, so I got 50 feet of rope. That should be more than enough for me to tie some around myself, Evan.
Okay.
And if we need to, that means if I make it to the other side, I can brace you from that side.
Rumble, make a perception check, please.
I see all.
You see what you see. Behind you, you can hear sort of like the crushing of what sounds to be like foot under gravel, and you can hear like a low sort of growling noise and like sort of like a huffing of breath coming from this direction.
Okay. Can I just is this like a wall or is it just more there but it's in shadow?
You can't see.
Right, because I want to like
It goes
start
off in
to
the
hide.
darkness.
Right, I'm gonna move this way. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna stay here
Okay.
and hope that nothing can come from this direction. Because right now I can't tell, but I also don't want to walk into a wall
Okay.
or through a wall.
So with the rope tied around me, crossing, assuming Captain.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell me if it.
Yeah. Okay, stop there for a second. As you get there, and let me see what your vision's like. Pretty good. Yeah. So as you get there, you see something start to appear out of the darkness, which looks to you to be like some sort of large wolf creature.
Great, it's
Ta-da.
fucking Rampage World Tour over here.
It's Rampage World Tour. So you see up here. Okay. So at this point, you get. I think we should just roll initiative here, actually. So let's just roll initiative. Where's the initiative order? Fucking moves everything. Dice turn order.
I guess it makes sense you don't have a torch to get anything.
Yeah, it all works. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my thing's not showing up again. How do you select your token?
It doesn't matter. I guess I'm just going to do it manually on the page anyway. So.
Okay.
It's just you when your tokens collect on. In any case, let me see. We'll say the cap goes first because of the natural one. Thronk, because you're the only person who's really seen this, albeit that you can probably hear it. Grumble, I'll let you two, just on the basis of what you hear and what you see, you can do something before we initiate combat.
Or probably want to get back to.
I don't think I can.
Jump into my arms.
I think I'd rather fight everything and die than try to get back over the bridge.
Okay. Right. So you had probably had all heard that anyway. So top of the turn order is Evan. I think you're holding the rope.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to hold the rope. Could I hold my turn, or just, I suppose, hold my action would just be holding the rope, I suppose?
Well, what do you want to do? Like, I mean, hold the rope. So you're holding the rope in case what he falls.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
don't wanna-
basically you're basically using your action to be like a reaction if he falls.
Yeah, just ready for if Thronk needs me.
Yeah, you can do that if that's what you want to do. Yeah, you can hold your action, and if that happens, you can make a check. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, no problem.
Now, Thronk, it is your turn. So what do you want to do?
So I'm trying to move slowly. I assume that the same speed I was going is probably what 10 feet per turn.
Sorry, let me change the music. Yeah, that's not the right music.
Playing 2 songs. There we go.
Here, play everything at once. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so, sorry, what are you gonna do?
I assume the speed I was moving is about 10 feet every 6 seconds.
You were taking it slow.
Yeah.
It's up to you how slow you want to go or how quick you want to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to go the same speed to crossing the. Probably.
I don't know. I just presumed you were just doing it, taking your time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. So I mean, you're moving. Is that all you're going to do? Just move?
I'm trying not to disturb it right now, whatever the thing is.
Yeah, because it isn't necessarily doing anything. It's just well, it's kind of looking up. It's kind of sniffing, and it's like looking. I mean, it can see you. It's because it's looking at you. So it's looking at you. So you presume that it can maybe see you.
I presume it can see me, or it knows I'm.
Okay. So if you're not doing anything else, it is Cap's turn.
All right. So let me try to measure, see how far away, because I think I can see that.
Yeah, you can just about see it. Yeah. Because you even I can give you a hand if you want.
Yeah, it doesn't scroll, so I gotta zoom out. So it's within 60 feet.
Yeah.
So I guess if I observe. All right. So the deal is, Grumble's over there, right?
You would assume he's crossed, yeah. So but you can't see him.
I can't see him, but
yeah, you saw him cross because I can see in the business you're like.
He went over to this side.
He went over
so
that
he
side.
might be in danger. I'm gonna just Sacred Flame, I think. So it's a dex save. I'll click it in a sec. It's like a DC 12 dex save.
It got 12.
Yeah, so nothing happens basically.
Yeah.
I'll walk over. I don't know, I was probably not there anyway, but it's fine. So I'll move over here. Keeping in mind I still have that rope too. So
Yep. Okay, cool.
yeah. Because I could easily drop it and then re-grab it if needed. Cast my spell. So that's my turn.
Yeah, no bother. Let me see. All right, and that Grumble, it is your turn.
Do I just stay and wait to hit something, or advance mightily forwards? All right.
Yeah, it's your turn. Like I'm not.
Well, in that
I can't.
case-
I'm not weighing in. You do what you want.
I will advance mightily forwards. Oh my god. I didn't know it looked like that until
So as you see it,
Bamf.
Looks like a bat horse. Oh,
Nice. Yeah, very juicy. All right. I rage with my bonus action. And I smash it to death with my maul,
okay.
but non-lethally, just in case it speaks common.
Luckily we're not using the fumble table. 8 snake eyes.
Oh,
I think you missed.
it's a good thing I didn't recklessly attack.
Indeed.
Because okay, well that's a good turn. I'll
gotten 3 nat 1s in a row, so statistically,
That's unlikely to happen again. I'm now wondering, should I take the attack of opportunity and run back to the bridge? Maybe it's got a harder time getting over than we do. All right, that's me. I'm done.
Okay. So it's going to because it's turn. So the creature appears, you see it in its full flesh, and it starts like basically roaring loudly. And it is going to try to basically recoil, push itself up on you. So it's basically going to try and shove you. So as it sort of leaps onto you, you need to make a either a strength or an athletics check or an acrobatics check, please.
Wait, hang on. Strength or acrobatics?
No, athletics or acrobatics.
Right, okay.
Yep, so it got a 21. So this specific thing basically sort of lunges against you and knocks you back.
Mm-hmm.
It then is going to move out more. Now let me just check here if I something. I just think I can do that. So yeah, that's its turn. This is going to move forward, and it's continue sort of shouting or roaring. All right. So Evan, it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. Mal's also got the rope as well, so I'm going to keep holding onto the rope, but I'm going to basically be ready to, step onto the bridge once Thronk's off it, so I can start making my way over.
Okay.
And I think that's really all I can do.
Okay. Well, the only thing is you can only hold your action. You can't hold your movement.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll keep the action ready for Thronk falls.
I mean, can you hold a dash action, but you can't actually move? You know what I mean? I don't think so. You mustn't be able to hold the dash action. Because you can't move, you can't hold movement. But if dash is an action, but if you've never moved in the first place, I'd say you probably can't do it. it probably says somewhere.
It says in the description on D&D Beyond, they give the example, if the goblin steps next to me, I move away.
It says if you're ready movement, you can move up to your speed again. The movement you made on your turn only counts for your turn. If you're ready movement, you can move up to your speed again.
Up to your speed.
Yeah,
in
well,
response.
it seems you can. So you can ready a dash action, but it isn't actually running. You would only get 30 feet of movement, though. You couldn't do movement
Yeah,
other than because it's an actual action.
So I'd be back to where I was then, and then be ready to move then.
No, you can
Well,
move on your turn and then ready a movement.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that then.
But that's the thing. If you want to move, because I thought you were saying that when he's off the bridge, so his turn's going to be so when he moves off the bridge. The reality is, if he's moving 10 feet, he's still going to be on the bridge. Okay, just to clarify this now in advance.
Right.
So you're still going to be on the bridge if you move 10 feet in your turns. But I appreciate it's the end of the bridge, so you may choose to do more. So it's up. It depends on what he does.
Okay. Well, ready for it once I see him safely step off.
Yeah. So basically, yes, you can move with the dash. So it's whatever your movement speed is, and it's up to you how much of that you want to use.
Okay.
Right.
That's my turn.
Right. So Thronk, it is now your turn.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and reach the end of the bridge and step off on the ground right here.
So that's probably 15 feet.
Yeah, so I will be doing this at half my normal movement speed, so it takes up essentially all my movement.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have an action though.
Yep. And I will hand crossbow the warg.
Right.
11.
That's a miss.
All right, and then I'm going to also start analyzing it. Combat analysis. Bonus action, I can analyzing it. And so it must now make intelligence saving throw.
Which I presume is now.
Yes.
2.
So it fails.
I would like to imagine.
I would like to know its armor class.
Yeah, 13.
Thank you.
No problem. Right. So now, Evan, you can move. You can use your held turns movement. So you can move up to 30 feet, but it's up to you how you wish to approach that on the bridge.
Okay, I'll go about half my speed as well, and just start making my way over. I think that's about 15 feet there.
Okay, so
Half
let
across.
me just check something. Okay, so you go the first 5 feet. Okay, the second 5 feet. Set, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh,
So, I hope somebody's holding the rope.
Two people are.
Because the fucking, you take a step on the next one, crunch, you just fall straight down. You have no like it was a natural one, so you don't catch anything. You're literally just start plunging down straight, and you all hear the crunch as he starts plunging straight down, into the pit.
Yeah, I'm left holding the rope.
And it's tied
Right.
around me.
Right, this is gonna be fun. So, I would say that's your turn. Unless there's anything you want, you have an action. I suppose you're free falling, so you don't really have movement.
Well, this was his reaction already.
Oh, it was his reaction already. Yeah, true. So, yeah.
I'll just go, help!
Would you say he's free? Free falling.
Free falling. Yeah. So the way this it is, just for clarity, is so just like he's walked onto the bridge. So I appreciate where you're standing, Cap. So I suppose like if you're like standing here, the bridge is here. So the rope is going along. So the rope's basically, we'll deal with it on your turn, but it's essentially pulling. It's going down along the bridge, so it's along the tops of the actual, I don't know what you call them, rungs, planks. Yeah, those.
Yeah.
So it's sitting above, just for clarity. So, right. So you have an action. I mean, you're falling. Oh, sorry. You know, because it's reaction. Sorry, we're just chatting about this. Yes. So right, Cap, it is now your turn. So, You hear the crunch. This is all happening at once. Say it's all the same. So, Evan is falling.
So, I guess the thing that makes sense is just try to pull him back, or at least stop him from going further.
So you're holding the rope.
Yeah.
You need to make a strength check, and if it's a 1, by God, you're fucking releasing this rope, and he is going into the hole. By God, I will it. It will happen.
Just strength, not athletics.
Is athletics appropriate?
I don't know.
Maybe. Climbing, jumping, swimming.
I don't even know if it's any different, so it would be different. I am proficient in it.
I mean, arguably tug of war is athletics.
I guess if it's I'm holding on and suddenly there's no slack, maybe that's not athletics because it's not active.
I think it's fine because if you're trying to, basically it says you attempt to climb a sheer or slippery cliff, avoid hazards while scaling a cliff, or cling to a surface.
So
while something is trying to while something is trying to knock you off. Quite similar, so I think that's fine. So athletics, if you wish to use it, is a final check to be making.
What did I roll?
So since the other side is tied to me, does he have advantage on that since I'm also bracing it?
I'm trying to work out how I'm going to work this out, because obviously him falling is going to pull you because you're tied to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have that whole thing about powerful build.
You should have arguably. Maybe we should rewind a second. You should probably have to make a check too. So I think it's reasonable for you to make a check.
I got one.
So you need to make a strength check now, or
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. You need to make a strength saving throw. A strength saving throw, yeah. Now, what is your ability before you make the roll? Because it'll determine whether I give you. Okay, so I think it's fine that you have advantage to not be. Basically, every round, it's your time, it's your turn. You're probably going to have to roll this. And basically, obviously, you can't do things normally. So you can't, like, say you were swinging a sword, you can't be swinging a sword as normal while you're being pulled back by him. So every round, every time it's your turn, you're going to have to, so long as this is happening, we'll have to make a check or a saving throw. Probably a saving throw. So, but you can do so with advantage. So make a strength saving throw because it's going to determine whether you're pulled now. And if you're pulled now, it'll determine whether he has advantage.
Yep, makes sense.
I think that's a reasonable way to do it. So, right. So you are instantly. You are. I would say you're pulled back. We'll say 5 feet because so you're pulled back to like onto the bridge, the starting point of the bridge. So
So many natural ones for one session.
I'm willing them all. There's a reason why I wanted everybody here. I couldn't have planned for this. It's delicious. So right. So that's cleared up. So that's what happened before you made your roll. You made your roll with a 10, so you've got a 10 to grab. And what's happening with Thronk, I would say, is really irrelevant to your role because he's like a separate pivot or point of contact. So, with a 10, you're holding it. Let me think. Yeah, so I'd say you're able to basically, you're grabbing and able to hold him. He's probably still falling, but I think you're holding the rope firmly. That if he stops, the easiest way for me to do this: 20-sided dice, 10's the point, 10's the equilibrium. So if he stops, so basically he'll stop. Anything above that, he'll stop. Maybe might be able to pull him up. Anything below 10, you're gonna loosen. You're gonna start dropping him. That's the most reasonable way to do it. So you're right in the middle. So you're able to stabilize him at the moment. So he isn't gonna fall. So 10, 20, 0. Right. So that'll be your turn to do that with your action. And I presume there's probably nothing much else you can be doing. Grumble, it is your turn then.
All right. Now that I've got all the ones out of the way, I am going to recklessly attack. Gives me advantage. So here we go. 21.
Well, as you already heard, that's a hit.
15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So, yep. So you take a big, massive whack into it. Like lets out like a sort of like pained howl.
Mm-hmm.
It is still going. Anything else?
That's it. No.
Right. So it's its turn. It's going to like try and bite you. It's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, ready? Where's my dice? I won't fucking you take 7 piercing damage, And the next roll made against you before the start of its next turn is with advantage. Sorry, attack roll, to be clear. The next attack roll made against Grumble before the start of the warg's next turn has advantage.
Wait, that one had advantage anyway because of reckless
Oh.
attack.
Oh yeah, it did. Well, doesn't matter. Depends
Okay.
what you do next time. It's if for going forward.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Stones and Jaws.
Is this a reaction?
Yep.
Okay.
I only get one per short or long rest.
Okay.
And my con is a 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that's... that was my bad. I take 0 damage.
Okay.
And I let the wolf know that I've taken 0 damage.
Okay.
That's
But the advantage still applies because it's not.
Correct, yeah.
You're right.
Yes, blogger.
What the
Come on.
fucker? What the fucker is this?
It's not pasting the image in.
I think it's because you've got normal text, or is it supposed to work because of the square brackets, or what?
Square brackets, yeah. Oh well.
It's like lines in the Matrix. See, I'm just gonna copy the URL and paste the URL. There you go.
Oh yes. Very good.
Yeah, I didn't know it is going to be a terrible shame when, like, I'm just fighting a wolf and everyone else is just going. So I'll just throw myself off the pit and die with you all. We'll all go down
the first time
together.
a character of mine has fallen off a pit.
Right. That's its turn. So, right, Evan. It's Evan's turn. So Evan is being held sort of in equilibrium at the moment. What do you wish to do, Evan? So you're kind of just being held there. I would say that you probably fell about within 6 seconds. How long's free fall? I don't know. I'm not a physicist. Like, we'll say you're like I don't know, like 15 feet below at the bottom, so you're 10 feet below the bridge, but from the top of your head.
Right. So there's no way I can reach it.
No. Well, it's up to you how you can try to reach it. If you could try and climb the rope, maybe. But you can think about it because I need to get a drink. So
Okay.
you can all think about what you wish to do in this circumstance. It is going to be down to dice rolls though. So, yeah, I'll be 2 seconds.
I'm half tempted to pull a day after tomorrow. It won't hold.
Pretty fast fall that you're having there.
If I try to climb and I kill one of yous, how mad would yous be?
I try to climb it, yeah. You try to climb
Okay.
up more toward my side if possible.
Right. I'll take the risk.
Okay. Have you had any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to climb up towards Thronk's end.
Okay, so you're climbing the rope while Evan is holding it. Okay, well,
Am I being held steady? Or am I still falling?
Right. No, here's the issue. Right, the issue is that like you're being held, but basically the rope's in two parts. You're being held steady from, let's just say from behind, but this is because you were facing towards where Thronk is. So you were being held steady from there by Cap, whereas because he's failed his saving throw, there's like the rope is completely, it's probably loose. So there's no leverage really to climb. So if you're going to try and climb from Thronk's end, you're going to basically be pulling him.
Okay.
As in
I can feel it's more
Thronk.
taut. Can I feel it's more taut from Mal's direction?
Yes, at the moment.
Okay, I'll try climbing up that direction.
Right. So the problem is that it's behind you, so you're going to have to like reverse climb it. Like however that would work. So you can make to do that. I would say you can make with disadvantage an athletics check, and it has to be athletics check. No acrobatics for this. A 7. So I'd say you're struggling to climb, and you're not really making any progress. So you're still hanging there.
Okay. That's all I can do.
I'm afraid so. Well, let's have to see how you get out of this. Right. So now it's Thronk's turn. So Thronk, you need to make your strength saving throw to stop being pulled back. Come on now. So there's an argument to be made. I was thinking about this when I went to get my drink and also take a slash. Is that if he fell 15 feet, then you should have technically been pulled 15 feet. It's only fair. I'll say you're pulled back. We'll just say the medium ground. You'll say you're pulled back to like here. Onto the bridge. You can you also make a dexterity saving throw to see if you're not forced to go prone?
3! It's even lower.
Right, so you're not prone on the bridge.
See if there's something I can do with my plan.
You better, because I'm about to roll to see if the fucking part of the bridge collapses here. So as you slam down onto it, and if you don't have anything, so you better fucking conjure up something.
Nope, it's ability checks, which these are all been saving throws. So I can't do anything.
Right. Let's see what happens. You fall down and like prone, and you hear like the creaking of the wood on the planks, but they haven't broken. But you're prone, and you've been, say, knocked back on this bridge. What do you? So sorry, that was just to satisfy what the fuck was going on. So, yeah. And I would say, Evan, at this point, you probably see the rope in front of you becoming a bit looser. In fact, I would say if you look up, you could probably hear or see Thronk on the ground on the bridge. So, yeah. I can't wait for Cap's turn because this is gonna make or break this whole thing. This is gonna.
Speaking of that, is it my turn?
Well, I think it was just
no. It's just that was the start of Thronk's turn. So just to see what was going on with the natural world. So what do you want to do now, Thronk?
I'd like to try and grip onto the bridge itself, and since I'm already prone, and just stabilize.
Well, you're prone on the bridge. You are on it.
Right. Stabilize, like grab down onto it and hold tight.
So when you say grab onto it, like here, because the ropes are above you.
Well, I assume there's something holding the planks as well, ropes on either side of them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So yeah, you can hold onto the ropes.
Right. So now I'm stabilizing and using, all of my limbs if possible to try and hold in place.
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn. I'm just trying to.
You're just try to stop yourself.
Use my action to grab onto anything I can hold to stay.
Okay. Let me think. I was trying to think if it would even give you advantage for doing that, but I don't even think so. So, right, Cap, it is now your turn. So you are holding the rope, unless you you need to make your saving throw, and it's all gonna go to shit. Depends on what your role is here.
So what's my saving throw?
I would say, I think I did say you to do athletics the first instance, didn't I? But I would say it's probably saving throws now.
Okay.
Did I?
I can do saving throws.
Yeah, strength.
Hold on. Why did it do that?
Because you're holding like the rope taut for him.
Yeah.
Were you here when I was
get
just saying 10? If it's above 10, we're making, if it's less than 10, bad things.
And we've only seen less than 10. So
yeah, the dice roll's been cursed for this.
And we don't have any kind of inspiration, no? Let's see.
I don't even. Did I not like?
We
there
haven't
was
been using it, so I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm going to use it."
Yeah, I think that for the inspiration rules, what did I say about it? I can't remember. There was something about like it wasn't every session but I can't remember.
That was keys from the Golden Vault. You were talking about how every mission.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
right. So the 9 isn't that bad. A 10 to stabilize. I would say that like for Evan, that well, first of all, this strength save is predicated on the fact that you're using your action to hold the rope. Yeah, which I presume you're doing. So it's like, I let go of the rope. Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing that I was going to say is if I could wrap it around a post, but I don't. That was the only thing I was going to try to do to gain leverage. But I don't know if maybe we already did that, so no. I don't know if it's really relevant.
No, I think you just declared you were holding it.
Yeah. But I don't know if I could do that and hold on to it with a 9.
What I could say you could do is, I think because it has to come at the start, because it's something which is ongoing regardless of what you do, because you could choose to do something else. So with the 9, what happens is that the rope, Evan, you probably feel yourself starting to drop down slightly by a couple of feet. So we'll say that like you were like let me think. Well, you're already 15 feet down, so
if you can't settle, you have to go with
I would say you're still probably like we're not doing it by every feet, so like 17 feet, and then we can then you can then try to move. I would say you could.
Nope. Nope.
I think a part of it's like you having to use your movement in your turn to probably get there because you're standing like slightly to the side. So if you move to like here, I would say you would need to use your action to do it. That's just a reaction. So I'll let you do it. I'll let you try to do it. Yeah. So if you want to wrap it, Ryan.
What kind of roll? Like, is that an athletics roll to try to like,
the
is
rope?
it just pure strength? What's
Oh, this is becoming so complicated. How long was the rope?
50
Whose
feet.
rope was it? How long?
50 feet.
It was 50 feet?
The
The whole rope?
The total length is 50 feet. Some of it got tied around me. Some of it was passed to them.
so there
Oh,
may not be
this
any
is-
slack.
Yeah, this is even worse than what I thought. I thought your ropes were like hundreds of feet.
No, a hempen rope is only 50.
Right. Okay, so
And if we did knot it, it would have been a natural one anyway. So
right. So okay, now knowing this.
We tied
Because I remember there being like hundreds of feet of rope previously. Anyway, is now
Pretty
I would say you can like you can't wrap it round if the rope's that short. You
Right.
cannot wrap it. You can maybe maneuver yourself, which is probably fine within your movement. And I would say that probably then is your action to sort of brace yourself. Is that what you mean? Like the whole
yeah, like kind of use it as a
yeah.
non-moving pulley.
Yeah.
What would
that's-
you call that? Like
inch.
I guess just
not like-
trying to use it to handle some of the force.
Yeah. Right. So I would probably I'll just be nice. I'll allow you advantage on your next rolls for it. If you're doing that. But there's nothing else you can do in this turn.
Okay.
Right.
And that was my action. So
Yeah.
all right,
So
I'll be right back.
yeah, no worries. Right. Grumble, it is now your turn. Meanwhile, sorry, Grumble, I appreciate that you are by yourself here in this.
Just holding off the beast. Smash him again. 12. Oh, sorry. Reckless attack.
Too late, you didn't declare it.
Oh, well, it doesn't cheat. I assume a 12 wouldn't hit anyway.
It does not. It doesn't hit any. Neither of those hit.
All right, cool.
Right. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good.
Make perception check for me. Grumble. Anybody can make one, but you guys, other guys are preoccupied. So, yeah.
God.
Like I would say, realistically, Grumble, you can probably hear it. I would say Thronk, you can hear it as well. Is that there's like you hear a lot more like snarling coming from behind this creature. Okay, it's the creature's turn. The creature, the warg is going to attack. Where did I find dice? What did I do with that dice? Oh, here. Does a 12 hit? Grumble.
25.
No, 12.
Sorry, no. 12 misses.
25. You just turn into atoms.
You disintegrate.
Okay. So, Evan, it is now your turn. Welcome back to the bridge conundrum. You
On tonight's puzzle.
yeah, you have slid down slightly further. What do you want to do? The rope, I say, behind you is kind of looser. The one in the front of you is pretty much completely slack.
I guess I'll try climbing up Mal's side again.
Okay,
Is that
so
another athletics check?
with disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's a 7, yeah. It's the third thing, you're just...
Hold on. Add a D4 to that because I can use it on ability checks. A 9.
Still not good enough. You're just basically, like, essentially, like, the situation's just getting slightly worse and worse for you as time goes on. But yeah, sorry, you're still basically free floating in the air.
right. Yeah, nothing I can do.
So we just cut the rope and let it out and fall to his death. It would be funny for me. All right, apologies. There's nothing else I suppose you can do. You tried to use your action, you have no movement. So Thronk, it is now your turn. You need to make your associated checks, please.
All right.
So your strength saving throw first, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. Now that I'm like bracing myself against the bridge, any benefit from it?
I did say that last time. I considered would I give you advantage or not, and I said no. So it's too weak to do it.
8. Can we roll above a 5 on any of our rolls?
I would say you struggled to hold on, and you let go, and you move back a few more feet, like 2 feet or so. And when that happens, you feel a part of yourself, Evan, dropping slightly further below, but not by much.
All right.
That's what happens. I mean, in terms of your role, I don't really know. Do you get an action? Because it's Cat is kind of your action. Like if it was better, you'd probably maybe be able to do something.
It's up to you. You're the GM.
I know, but I haven't really been super consistent. It's hard because this is like such a weird situation. You complicated this by tying the rope together. No more rope tying. If he just rolled it and he fell down the hole, okay, that would have been it. Goodbye. But now it's like physics puzzle, fucking trigonometry. Like it's you could try limitly to do something. You've no movement, so.
Oh, if
really?
I was gonna try and crawl forward, but if I got no movement,
You can try to. You can. Well, you're being pulled back, so you can't really do that. You could use your action. You have like a limited action to do something. I can decree. You've been pulled back, so now you can try and use your action to maybe do something. But like, it depends what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have even items that can help?
That's what I was looking for.
All right.
Because I have a feeling if I shoved the dagger into the plank, try and use that to stabilize myself, it would shatter the plank. So. Oh, I've got nothing else that really would help here. Not even among spells, so that's all I can really do.
Holding it is my action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can't cast Bless.
Alright, well that's my turn, so whoever's turn is now.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that could work is like because I'm asking you to do the strength saving throw, which means implies that you're holding the rope. So the only way you can cast bless is you let go of the rope and let them basically fall, and then hope that they have some ability to do anything, which I imagine they don't. So
Yeah,
it's
there's probably also a somatic component anyway, so.
yeah. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Right, that's you then. You mean you can try and hold on to the ropes again? I mean, that's your other option. It's because it's just as in Thronk. Oh, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Yeah.
So there. We got one good one.
Yeah, you got one good one. Yeah. So like, basically, here's where the issue's going to start to come: is that if Thronk's rolls don't get better, he's going to go off, and then in which case you're holding two people. So, it's, and he's quite close to going off. So, yeah. So, but a 22 is pretty good. So I would say at 22 you're able to like leverage and pull him, presuming that is what you want to do reasonably.
Yeah, I want to try to pull up any slack that I can.
Yeah, I mean, you pull the slack and you can pull him up probably a few feet. So, Evan, I'd say you probably go up like about 5 feet, about 12 feet. So that's a pretty good roll.
Okay.
As in 12 feet from the top of you to the thing. So you're probably slightly. I'm doing from there because obviously where it is relevant. Presume that's your turn then. You're supposed to nothing else you can really do. So,
I don't think so. Is like, are you hurt, Natako?
I've taken no damage.
Okay, then yeah, nothing I need to do. That's my turn.
all right, Grumble, it's your turn.
All right. This time, I make sure to say that I recklessly attack.
Okay, so
And I smash him with a high roll. Good. 14 damage. Now we're getting somewhere.
yeah, crumpled.
Oh. That was easy. So I guess I'll I'll turn around and be like, everything okay?
Not really.
Because I've been kind of occupied with the warg. So I guess I'll take like a step to the edge of where the thing is. I guess I'll be like, can I help?
You see me sprawled out on the bridge, so
Throw him a rope.
Just slowly pull out the viol. Is this good? Okay, I've got no more actions, but I can rope you later. Yeah, I'll save you
Right.
in about a minute.
Okay. So you've turned around, and the source of the other snarling now comes to fruition. You didn't forget, did you? another ward comes running out and leaps into you. So you have a... It's the shove, so with disadvantage, either athletics or acrobatics, please. Rumble.
Acrobatics.
Or athletics.
Ooh.
With disadvantage.
No problem.
That's pretty good. So this thing leaps against you. You're able to hold yourself. And that's its turn.
Great. So glad I walked close to the edge of the chasm.
You fell into my trap, player.
Right. I can tumble really well.
Okay, Evan. So Evan, you're like 12 feet below. Sorry, this is what it is for now. You're 12 feet below the bridge, from the top of your head. There's a good hold on the rope from Cap's side.
Right. Let me see.
I know I said earlier, I'm just thinking about this, is that like it's the ropes behind you. Technically, if you twist around, you could maybe climb up his side.
Yeah. I'll try it again. Trying to think of something I could do to give myself an advantage, but there's nothing. Oh, if I rage, I have advantage on strength checks. Does that apply to athletics as well?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
There's an argument being made if you're raging that you just start destroying the bridge. That's the separate argument. I'm so angry that I fell down this hole. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Going to spend my rage and try to climb up. So 24.
Yeah. You can use your movement to climb. Now, the only thing is, no, that's fine. Actually, yeah, I'll let you do it because I'm basing it off his previous roll. So, yeah, you can climb up and grab and get yourself out of the hole. So we'll say you're like here. Let me just annotate this now on, because so we're all clear what the hell's going on here. So like this is the hole. Okay. There's also like a slight little hole like here. So you're now at the other side of that hole.
Right. Is all my movement spent getting up?
No, you probably used like 20 feet of movement, maybe.
Right. I'm gonna, the slowest I've ever taken this, start moving back towards Mal.
Okay.
Testing every plank before I step.
Okay.
What if it falls again?
Yeah, you're fine.
Good.
I made my rules. You're okay.
I think that's everything I can do.
All right. So, Thronk, now it's your turn. So you don't need to make the roll because obviously you're not being pulled down the hole now, but you're still prone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically normal for you. The rope is what it is. It's fine.
I'm going to still remain prone, trying to hold on to everything tightly as I
Okay.
crawl just to here, not very far, going slowly.
Okay. So now. Yep, that's fine.
Yep. Because I don't
So you're
want
gonna.
I don't want too much weight on the bridge between.
Yeah, I mean, some of the planks sort of creak below you, but yeah, it's fine.
That's my turn.
All right, Cap. Cap, it is your turn. You're not having to hold the rope anymore, technically. Evan's own thing, unless you want to continue to do so. Because he falls again, but
I'm gonna sacred flame the warg and then pick the rope back up.
okay. It's rolled a natural 20, so whatever comes up is not on my end. So
Yeah,
How's this roll,
I won't even roll the card then. No point.
yeah, so you do that and then you pick up the rope again,
Mm-hmm.
and you're holding it taut around the thing.
Yep.
Okay, so right, Grumble, it is your turn. Your back is towards this thing. It's just trying to basically bonk you from behind.
Yeah, and I noticed that the other one could actually literally make me travel.
Well, anybody
Oh.
can do that because it's just basically pushing. It's just a push action.
Yep. So
I'm
I can
expanding. I can do other things now.
I can bonus action whatever, shift or whatever, right?
What do you mean bonus? You can just move.
All right. No, but like without getting an attack of opportunity.
Or you can move around them, yeah.
Yeah, so I move around him to here.
Right, so what's
No,
whatever.
has my rage run out or no?
When did you last rage?
When I was fighting the previous one. I don't know if I've been out of rage long enough.
You got attacked the next turn, didn't you?
Yeah, so
The pouncing thing I would say is an attack, so
Also, you
yeah.
killed it and then
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah. So,
we're
I think
still
it's
in
fine.
combat. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Right. So then I can still reckless attack. So it's time to smash. I guess. Why
Okay.
not? All right, here we go. 26. 17.
Yep. Fine. Yep. So you slam into this one, like on the top of its head, and like it's
Yeah, boy.
it's pretty hurt.
Come get me, son.
Yeah. All right. So now it's the creature's turn. It's the ward's turn. And it's going to turn to face you, and it's going to attack you for 18 to hit. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, so you take 8 piercing damage as it like chomps into you, just bites into your neck. It recoils its neck back and slams into you, biting you.
Yep.
And then it's going to move itself to here. So its body is kind of blocking the edge of the bridge. It's kind of moving around you. It's facing towards him. It's towards Grumble.
Okay.
So, yeah, Evan, it's now your turn.
Okay, I want to get off of this bridge, so again, just as carefully as I can, making my way back over towards Cap.
Okay.
Did I get to there?
Yeah, that's fine. It
Okay.
kind of creaks towards the end, some of the planks, but you're able to get off. And that's probably because you're having to step over that other one, which is gone.
Right.
You're on solid ground on the other side. You see Cap standing.
I'm gonna take a second, put my hand on Cap's shoulders. Oh my God! Thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna be.
I did everything I could. Glad it was enough.
And then I'm gonna be ready with the rope in case anything happens with Thronk.
Okay. So if you're both using the rope, it'll be with advantage. Right, Thronk, it's your turn.
So this thing's moved to block the edge of the bridge so I can't get on. Correct?
Well, it's kind of moved. Well, it hasn't deliberately done it. It's just moved itself around because it's been whacked by Grumble. He's the instigator here.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
These things could have just been coming out to give you like a welcome party, and then Grumble just started killing them. So
Well, they are giving us a farewell party.
a farewell party, yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, it's standing there. Technically, you can't move in the enemy spaces.
Yep, so I can't get past it.
So, although that is the case,
You don't need to make any special ruling, I was just confirming.
I mean, this is a large creature. Generally, you can occupy spaces of creatures which are larger than you. In this specific circumstance, if you wanted to crawl, because that's what you're doing, around, like, kind of, and past it, you can maybe do so. The only thing is that it may get a reaction to do so. I think that's reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I get 15 feet at crawling. Half move, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's it. 5, 10, 15 could put me there. Gonna take a
Yeah, I would say it does. So that's the trade-off. It's because you are prone.
It has
Advantage. And so its highest roll was
What?
a 13.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 16. My AC. So.
Yeah, so it kind of recoils around, tries to like swipe or bite into you, and it misses because it's not really paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm. And I just used all my movement to do that, so I can't stand up, but I can still attack it from the.
Okay.
Once a 4 to hit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Finally, a good roll after everything is just 9.
It had 9 hit points, so you're able to you can describe it like because you're down low and it's at like your leg level. You cut one of its legs over or something.
I crawled between its legs. It turned around and snapped at me, and as I do, I just kind of hold the sword there.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Well, they're dead.
2 of them are.
2 of them are. Yeah. So I'm just bringing this back, and here I'll ping this across. Just so I can reset the music. Let me give you your experience points. Oh, wait, first of all, Cap, you had experience points, which I don't know if they were added on or not from the last session. It was mentioned in the audio of the last session.
25.
Yeah, because you wrote that down after you said it. But you all get 50 experience points now.
All right. 507 is what I'm at.
Yeah, I still get 50 experience. All I did was dangle.
Yep, everybody gets experience points. Everybody gets experience points.
Things and
Woohoo.
experience.
So, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's an experience, not for your characters, maybe for you as a player. So, yeah. Yep, so you guys find yourselves where you're at. I did take a slash. So, work out what you want to work this out.
Yeah, I'll be right back as well. Evan's over in the corner, trying not to cry.
Well, we faced our greatest opponent yet.
Gravity.
We got 2 on either side now with a rope crossing it. Probably more sturdy.
So we tie the rope off.
Yeah.
To the sturdiest post on either side.
And then we could still have people brace it from our side.
Yep.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Just a series of nat ones. Let's get back at that.
It's been,
That's not
it's been a
good.
low night for most of it.
We started off with 2 initiative rolls that came out to 3. Rumble had a pair of nat 1. Evan had a nat 1. I had another nat 1. Rumble had another nat 1. For
Hope you're not bullying me.
just reviewing the quality of our rolls.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even expect that to go like that. So... Too many natural ones. Hopefully you burnt them for the foreseeable future.
Month worth of nat.
I mean, the only way I could have made it worse is that the rope severed on the thing, and then basically the whole bridge collapsed in half.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't think to do that.
Oh, your sword caught the rope on the way down.
Yeah.
That's why I did not pull out the dagger to try and stabilize myself.
Hmm. But don't you worry, there's plenty more conundrums coming up for you to resolve.
So I think the plan is for us to tie off the rope to one of the posts
Right.
so that Evan and I can more safely get
Or
across.
just hold it and walk. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hold and walk.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So I think that's the plan to get us across. One by one.
You can easily set that up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's still a rope tied to Thronk, and you have the other side of the rope. So, I mean, you can tie that off. And you can do so. Who wants to go first, if that's what you're doing?
What is it we're doing? Sorry.
So we're gonna tie the rope. So we've tied the rope off to one of the posts on our side, and then Thronk is gonna do that on his side, I think,
That's my understanding.
and possibly and then also, so the second one to cross is going to hold the rope as well, just in case, and then Gronk will hold the rope, or Grumble. First one crosses, then second one crosses. So I can see that you're, still a little shaken. I'll go first, and so I'll go first.
Okay.
What do you need me to roll?
No. It's sorry. These rolls are all me. I'll determine. I'll determine
Okay.
whenever you need to make
Yeah.
a roll.
So I'm still gonna go slowly.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just sorting something here.
Where you go? I'm still sniffing a little bit. Be careful, Cap.
Okay. So, Cap, you're able to get about halfway across. The issue is, okay, so here's the issue. The issue in this is that, like, the hole which is created from Evan, respectfully, not fat shaming, was a larger hole because
Yep.
a lot of the planks broke, so you have to navigate over that.
Right.
So as you do that, you can start to hear a lot more like of the planks on either side, just from the stress of what's happened in the middle of the bridge, start to break. But you're able to make your way across the entire bridge, and as you
Okay.
get to more of this end, it's okay. So you're able to get across.
Okay.
So it's just time to re-traumatize Evan here, on that basis, because technically you just deteriorated the bridge more. So
Lead from the front.
here we go. With
Lead
disadvantage,
from the front.
I will with disadvantage roll my dice. So
Yeah, I can't think of a way to shore up the bridge. Otherwise, I would have suggested it. Like, oh, we mysteriously have a pack of lumber here, right? That we
if
can.
only the basilisk, which builds bridges, was here, we could have asked it to help.
Baz the Builder.
So, well, unless Evan, you just want to go across, the rest of you guys have anything else you want to do, like.
I'll get ready to cross. I'll do my deep breaths, one step at a time.
I rub my rosary beads as I go across this thing. Are you going to go just across by holding the new rope?
Yeah, just as planned.
Okay, I'm rolling a 20-sided dice here, and I'm making 3 rolls. And if one of those rolls is because you didn't tie the rope to you, if one of these rolls is a 1, you fall down the hole. Okay, and that's just what I did for you. Okay, I just didn't tell you. So
you could tie a rope to yourself and to the other rope.
Oh, you
Yeah.
devious players, after I was so nicely telling you what I was going to do. And I will not do that ever again. Oh, you sneaky little fuckers. I was giving myself disadvantage on the rolls. I'll just... Yeah, you could do that. How much rope do you have left? Because you've tied the rope between yourself. This is why I was asking. Previously,
rope.
previous games there was like infinite rope. It seemed so. Like that's why I made an assumption it was a big long ass rope. But so
Well,
I mean,
I think we've used Thronks and Grumbles so far. So
but it depends who has a rope. I presume that's from packs.
I've got a hempen rope as well.
You have a rope, okay.
So
You can tie it to that then?
Yep.
Like in a loop?
Tightly around myself.
You're able to get across, okay.
Oh,
The start is a bit more ropey, pun not intended. It actually wasn't intended.
Now, who has pitons so we can make just a zip line?
You're able to get across, so you're all right. You're all on this side.
I kiss the ground when I get over there.
A lot of rocks on this side.
Roll 1d100 to see what.
So, yeah. You're on the side. Oh, I didn't expect that to take like an hour and a half, but you're on the other side of the bridge.
Bridge conquered. Guess we continue on.
No problem.
I'll never cross another bridge as long as I live.
Grumble, are you at all injured?
Yeah, I've taken 8 damage.
That's a mechanic, not a.
Oh, sorry. I feel at about 60%.
You got a bite wound to the neck.
I have taken injury, not major injury. I'm not bloody.
Well, I was going to then pass you the potion of healing I've been.
I mean, I'm okay. I think we're probably gonna like not find any more enemies, and we'll probably get a rest soon. So
Probably get arrested soon.
yeah, so
It's gonna be like the end of the Holy Grail. The police are just gonna arrive. It's just in the middle of this. Just arrest everyone. Yeah, I wish. Not in this campaign though.
You
Yeah.
don't need it.
I feel like that would have been like we finally made it to like Alaric's like secret lair or whatever.
Yeah. He actually had a stat block. Give me some credit. Come on. He wasn't that. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Take a dimension warp.
Yeah, he was basically just Kafka.
He could literally teleport
Yeah.
or like speak to you in your mind. I haven't said that. There's been a lot of you love a good baddie that can speak into your head.
Yeah, it makes it. Oh no, that was the woman. That was the woman. I can't remember what the deal with her was. Anyway, well that's for after the game, right? So,
Yeah.
what are you wanting to do? Or if you're going to proceed on.
Gronk is already moving forward a bit.
Yeah, I see that.
I see bones on the ground. Are they actually there, or are they just mapped?
No, there's bones on the ground. These are bones which look to be like cleanly picked. In the middle of this room is a sort of fissure in the ground, not dissimilar to the giant crevasse you've just appeared. You just crossed over. And you look around, you can see there's sort of like straws or sort of like appears to be sort of nests have been built. You just kind of assume that this is maybe where those wargs were just this is where they were living.
Okay, that seems to.
Okay, and you currently make your way around, and you can see Thronk, that there's a set of steps, sort of like stone steps carved out, which make their way down a tunnel.
We are missing Grumble.
I can't see.
Grumble fell off the edge.
Right.
Yeah, I know he can't see.
You make your way back to Grumble, who probably just decided not to move with everybody else.
He's lying with the wargs.
There we go.
Yeah. So,
Pathway down here. What's that? Are those pits?
okay, so I'm sorry, I just need to rip this little thing off. Yeah, so you see, there's a set of steps that lead down to a set of basically holes in the ground. You can't see what they contain, but I suppose as you stand at the top of the steps, you can see that there appears to be these sort of pits, look about 10 feet deep, and at the bottom of them is a set of spikes, and these spikes continue along the entirety of these pits as far as you can see. At the bottom of the steps, you see on one side, probably here, is a sort of longish sort of pole, um, and it has like a rope at the top of it, but the rope is hanging slack. Um, and so basically, it's kind of hanging, like basically going from the top and slanting down into the pit. It looks like essentially anybody historically who was using this was sort of like hoisting themselves along this, but whenever something's happened, it's no longer usable.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like it connected to the other side at one point, and it's been cut and now hangs slack.
Yes. So these pits all are not, it's not just a big massive long pit. These are basically being separate tunnels which have been dug with, for whatever reason they decided to do it that way. Partially because that's the way the art was. But you see there's a bit of earth between them, which is probably about a foot or so. So you thought that I wasn't lying when I said your conundrums aren't finished.
This stick that has the rope hanging from it, how tall is that stick? Or pole?
About 3 or 4 feet.
Not a 10-foot pole.
No. It's also attached into the ground. Oh, you can pull it out, certainly.
Anybody bring any planks of wood with them?
Plenty of
I have my
planks back where you
javelin.
came from.
Or pitons. Those might be handy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have my hand axe and my javelin, which will obviously have wooden components.
Yeah, I don't think it's easier to walk across a javelin.
Dex throw. Dex saving throw.
So the pits are about what, 5 to 10 feet wide.
10 feet. Oh, the pits. So, right. So they are is what they're showing. So they're about. Doesn't look. Yeah, your measurement's probably better. 7 feet, and then there's whatever the.
All right. My
Oh.
shield is probably less than that. So.
Well, 1.6, 1.5. So.
My shield's probably less than the width.
Oh, you have like a tower shield or something?
Well, that was my thought, is if I had a really long shield, I could possibly just
Lay
put
it
that
down,
over.
walk
But
across, lay it down again.
This is yeah, so it's like what, like 6 point, oops, it was a 6.5 feet wide, the actual pits, and they're all quite similar because obviously, well, some of them are actually slightly shorter. 6.5. I don't know what your standing jumps or running jumps are. It's probably standing jumps. Though I will say, if you try to standing jump this, that you will have to probably make a dexterity saving throw because. Well, let me see. 1.56 feet. Oh, Imperial system. The 30. I'm trying to do it in 30-meter.
1.6 feet is about 18 inches.
I need a metric.
One
So,
point
so,
six
so, so,
feet. It's about
45
half
centimeters. Sorry,
is it?
45 centimeters.
a foot. A foot is about 30, so it's a little under 30.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not being fucking idiot here. I'm thinking 3 feet. So yeah, 30. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's really small.
And if you roughly say 3 feet is a meter, it's not quite, but
It's 20
That's
yards to 18
90
meters.
centimeters. 90 centimeters. 90 centimeters. I always just do 90 centimeters as 1 meter, or yeah, 93 feet. I mean, yeah.
I assume these aren't to exactly scale.
It's going to be fairly consistent for these. They're all at 1.5. It has to be what it is because otherwise we just go into arbitrary. None of this matters. So every gap between is 1.5 feet.
But we can't do
So you see what you see.
and are the sides roughly 1.5 feet?
Yeah, it looks to be fairly consistent around.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm like this. So the sides are also ledges.
You can stand on them, so if you're thinking about
Okay.
shuffling round,
Yeah, obviously that's its own risk. But does anyone have any pitons? Because I don't.
What I will do is for the ledge that's close to me, that's not around the outside, just like right in the middle, around like here. I'm going to get my shovel out and I'm going to poke that ledge to see how easily it crumbles. It looks like it's just dirt.
okay. So if you take it out and you poke it, it doesn't. It isn't just like a scree slope. It doesn't just go straight down, but you can see that you're moving dirt. So it's slightly compacted, but there is some movement in it.
What about this?
As we
What
say,
if-
Grumble's gone. Grumble's disappeared into the darkness.
He's not gone on my screen.
You mean
No, I
me?
think he's just in black. He's just fully black.
Right. What about this?
Whoa.
What?
It's
What
like
if-
Wayne's World. Extreme close.
What if the sand pits are literally just resting on solid concrete?
First of all, they're not sand pits. Second of all, concrete doesn't exist in this
Okay.
world. So
other than that, they were like, what if it's just a fake trap? Like, what if it's just resting on top of normal ground, and the whole purpose of it is to look like it's a pit trap?
One way to find out.
I jump into the. Wait, it was a great idea.
Two
Put
ways
rope
to find
around
out then. Two ways
Yeah,
to find
tie rope around me, and then I'll just gently lie down in the first one and see what happens.
if you if you do that, you're just gonna fall in. Okay, just to be clear.
I was going to suggest tying a rope around my shovel and tossing that in because it's got some weight behind it.
Are you trying to ascertain whether the spikes are real?
Yes. Or whether they'll shoot up like... Because you said spikes, so I'm imagining small.
They're kind of like maybe like the length of my arm,
Ah,
and then
large
there's
spikes.
arrow tips. So it's 10 feet down to them.
Large spike.
mean, they're gonna hurt either way. Is what you can ascertain.
What could we maybe break the spikes? What are the spikes made of?
So looking down, they're like metal spikes. It looks like somebody's basically taken like arrows, just cut the feathers off the base of them, and just put them in.
Yeah. Okay. So you could take your shovel and like mow the spikes down.
I'd have to get down there safely. And then we'd have to find a way back up the other 10-foot side.
True.
Which I guess with 2 people,
But there's probably not enough room to get down there safely.
try to shimmy along the side. I'll see how far I can get.
Okay, so I'm just gonna clarify. I'm gonna give you some nice DM knowledge, albeit it was used against me. Do I recall on the bridge? So, I will give you some nice DM knowledge. If you fall into the pit, you take 2d10 damage.
We could live that one at a time.
You can.
Then do a short rest, and then come back and do the second half.
I'm impaled. I'm taking a short rest here in the middle of the pit.
Just in the middle of
If you are gonna do something that might require a roll, like a skill check, I'll give you guidance. Does anyone have any equipment that might help?
A short rest on the spikes. Sorry.
Like we could make a bridge of bodies, but the problem is,
Well, the wargs are pretty big, actually. They might fill 2 traps. Ooh, we skin the wargs and we use the pelts. Come on, that's a good idea.
I mean, they might cover up spikes. We could get across 2 of them. No.
I've never seen Frozen. I can't relate to this.
I've never seen it either, but I know that scene.
Right.
I don't know it.
And it seems relevant.
No, well, no, I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. It's just it's a snowman. Right, I went to the bathroom. I'll let you continue to think about this.
Okay. Too late. I want to search around for a secret door.
You could move your character to.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be something that's easily visible.
Yeah, but just seeing if there's suspicious area.
But if I search around for a hidden door, maybe there's just a door in a hallway, or a hole, another basilisk hole. Some way to avoid the death trap instead of. Because I don't know how to get through it with the equipment we have. I don't have anything that I can think of.
I guess while he's gone, we can use time to figure out what we have to work.
Yeah, I have an explorer's pack, I think.
That's what I have as well.
And it doesn't have a lot. common clothes.
I have just the rope, cook's utensils, and I got shovel, some wood carving.
So the shovel is nice to have, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's where I was thinking, like, if you could break enough of the spikes, because if they're basically arrows, if you could reach down and somehow break them, to kind of clear the traps. It'd take a while, but
I was thinking about shimmying along.
yeah, which is great, just falling sucks. That's why I had asked about the width as well. Does anyone have a pack that's not an explorer's pack?
No.
Like a dungeoneer's pack?
You fools!
I also have an explorer's pack.
You idiots.
All explorers.
You fucking idiots.
So I want to search for, like, on this side, some kind of evidence of man-made seams in the walls, or like another basilisk hole type thing, or another hole like the one the basilisk went through. I want to search for that. That would go possibly around this.
So not even necessarily where you're on the steps, but around the whole thing?
Yeah, kind of like anywhere, like here, like anywhere, kind of.
Okay.
I just want to search to see, because maybe there's a way around.
Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna pray on it first. Cast guidance. Investigation, you said?
Please.
Alright, and that was what? Plus D4? So an 8.
Yeah, looking around, so obviously any check is beyond what the average person would see. So you're looking around, you don't notice any other holes or anything, apart from the giant, obviously, gaping chasm in the middle of this room.
Yeah.
But like looking around the walls or anything, you don't see any other holes.
Okay. Worth a shot.
We never did check that chasm. We could toss a torch down.
Just to clarify about like the pole and like the rope on it. Is it like I mean, again, it wasn't particularly decrepit. Like it wasn't very old. And like I would say that like where it's the rope is let me see how far you can see.
Well, slack doesn't mean that it's ripped, right?
No. This rope's cut. Like
Okay.
the rope is so. Maybe I've said too much. The rope is lying just basically here, and you can just about make that out.
I mean, I
And it's
assume
on a pole. You did correctly. I've already said correctly assumed it's somebody for moving over. I think I did say that earlier myself. But the rope is lying here.
Yeah, I assumed it had been cut by someone at some point. Question is, how could we now reestablish that safely?
I do have a javelin, actually. Suppose if we
well,
tied a rope to that and threw it across.
Yeah, but that
Mm.
You also can't see the end of where this is. Have I made a puzzle too hard for the player characters?
yeah, it's just a question. We have no.
The heroes in this player characters, I have all the faith in the world in these heroes. Our first responders.
I mean, I guess if you gave someone guidance, they could try and safely cross, reestablish the rope that was used to Jimmy. You know, maybe get a small piece of rope and tie it.
I already said if someone wants to use a skill, I'll pray for you.
Yeah, might as well.
Pray for you.
Thoughts and prayers.
Can't you ask goodbye? Can pray for you.
I don't think. Okay.
Thoughts and prayers are worth a D4. It's fine.
There is another possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another path?
He's already checked for that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess whoever's got decent 30, I've got a mine.
I have a plus 2.
What is this? What is a standing jump?
Oh, that is strength.
Yeah.
Landing on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. So standing.
It's like something plus your
5 feet per score. Or,
something like that.
Standing long jump allows you to leap half your strength score. So my strength score is 16, so I could go 8 feet. So I could do it. My dex is +1.
The issue when you do that is you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
I can also cast Bless, so
yes,
we at least have a D4.
Wait.
Okay,
I've got a thing. I've got a thing.
Before you say your thing, to clarify on that, is if you're trying to leap in between the things, it depends what way you're going to do it, and where you're going to jump to. But like every time you're going to need to make a check or a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Grumble is the best equipped to handle this yet again.
I got it.
Dodge away from danger. That works only so far. It's like I dodge away from danger. I'm about to fall into the pit. I dodge back. Oh, it's a pit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got advantage on all of it.
Yeah.
On every trap and bless on every roll.
I think they were. Yeah. I mean, I think you could like danger sense. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's dangerous. Like, it's.
But I think it would be if he missed a jump and he has to now recover as he falls into.
Yeah, the dex save, I would get advantage.
Yeah. Well, up to you.
So, I mean, if that applies, then I can cast light on you? Like, do you have like a headband or something?
Loincloth.
I have my lock of hair.
This loincloth.
I mean, that's pretty much what I'm wearing in canon.
It's fucking pants here. Like it's yeah.
My glow in the dark.
Radiating from the crotch, the light. Oh.
Here's what I'll do. Like, so is that gonna work? Like, the advantage on deck saves? Because so the flavor text contradicts the reality of the mechanic.
The difficulty I'm having with danger sense is to say is that like this is a dangerous situation, so he would probably the issue is that like here's how it probably should work because obviously a saving throw and a dex check are different things. So in this case, he's not making a saving throw because that assumes that he's about to fall in. So he has to make the dex check, and if he doesn't pass his dex check, he makes a dex saving throw, and then that's where danger sense comes in.
Oh, I thought you just said saving throws each time. Okay.
I know,
Yeah.
I did say that, but like it's
Okay.
reading this
Then
now.
if it's a check, then we don't have any way to.
One way.
You have the perfect plan or whatever.
Yeah. But
So, because and guidance for the first one,
right.
basically, but that's all we would have.
So he needs to make, it looks like about 8 jumps. I can't.
So it's long jump, which is basically free, right?
Jump.
Sorry, I'm doing it mechanically because it.
Yeah, so
it
if he
just
does
makes
long
sense.
jump and he can
So
land on a spot,
long
he would
jumps-
he would have to make a dexterity saving throw from where he lands, assuming he can land on he has the distance to make the first spot.
Right.
And then he has to make a dex check to jump to the next spot. And depending on what he rolls, he would have to make a dexterity saving throw. So if he rolled too low to be a successful jump, he would have to make a dexterity saving throw. And then we would then take it off that. So it's all those things you're going to go. Because the danger sense only comes in when he's likely to fall into the hole.
Okay, I was just confused about when the dex check is to jump from.
The dex jump is to jump from all those points. So when he jumps like under the dirt, he has to make a dex check to do. Well, you're saying because he can make the long jump, a standing long jump. Is that what you're saying? Because so he.
Yeah, so the standing long jump is just reality. I understand landing.
Yes.
is
He can
tricky.
do that. He can do that. Right. Well then.
Landing, I understand if you wanted to check for that
Well,
because it's a tight spot.
yeah. Well, that's kind of the issue. Is that if it was a spot where there was no hazard, he would, and it was it wasn't a small spot to land on, he wouldn't have to make the dex check.
Right.
So so that's kind of where that comes in.
So
Basically, he can long jump
dex
the
check,
distance.
dex check, and if he's gonna fall, dex save.
Right. Basically, the issue. So essentially, there's a long jump. That's a set distance. It's a set distance from a long jump allows him to clear 2 holes. So be it. But whenever he needs to land on a spot, he needs to make a dex check. If the dex check does not meet my requirements from the whatever the difficulty the class is to do it, he then needs to make the dexterity saving throw. If he fails the dexterity saving throw, he goes into the hole. If he doesn't, he stays where he is.
Okay. Do you want to do that, Thron?
I thought,
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
wrong.
You
Sorry,
do it.
You ready, Thron?
Do
Time
you
to
want to do
jump.
it, Dremel? 'Cause
Wrong
so-
cousin. Wrong
so-
cousin.
so there's nothing that there's nothing I can do to help you other than guidance for the first landing. So, because Bless only gives, or wait, no, Bless is a +4, plus D4.
Yep.
So I can Bless for when you inevitably need to do a saving throw. And then you would have advantage on the saving throw and a plus D4. So I can bless you for that, but I can't do anything for the checks.
I can help out a little on the check.
So is this something you want to do?
Well, we haven't got a better idea, right?
Right.
I don't have a better idea.
It's also time. So
Is this
Yeah.
where we find out? Find out
Do we
next
find
time
out
on
next
an
time?
exciting episode.
if you're gonna remember this next time, like I will try to assess next
So you
time.
you just see Grumble lunges forward by 5 feet, and then the camera fades to black.
Cliffhanger.
without the less.
Dun 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 dun. Dun.
We can do it next time because it's gonna take a while for us to work it all out.
Yeah, unless I fail miserably and get a natural one, and just die.
Grumble gets impaled and dies.
This is like-
instantly.
Grumble has a heart attack before he falls.
His first jump is he just runs up to the edge and face plants off.
Yeah, I was like, huh, huh, boom.
Yeah. Yep, that's correct.
Yep.
As can be done, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I can't remember if Bless is touched or not, or it's
Bless is concentration. So I bless someone and then it's in effect.
all right.
As
So
long as
they
I
have,
concentrate
so they have all that. So we'll have
I
to
don't-
do the checks.
I don't think I need to continue to see.
No, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'll also give him light. So
But I slap his crotch. Here's your light. Bah.
rip sleeve to create headband for light.
Headband. Very good.
Yeah, this is
So
exactly
he's
what
got a
will happen.
halo. He'll have a halo.
No. Right. Well, that seems like a good idea. We have that for next time. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Take us off.
Yeah, I think that's us.